Hello everyone, thanks for tuning into today's second video, the European outlook for today's second video. So as always on the first day, we're having a detailed look at the weather for next week, 10 days across Europe, and I shall get to that for you in a moment. To say that first, the video today was our 6 AM UK weather forecast. I got 10 to 14 there with all of the regular features coming up later on this afternoon as well. So please like, share and subscribe on all of today's videos and content. And thank you so much everybody for doing that for GavsWeatherVids. Thank you so much everyone. Right, going to start off with the situation across Europe today. I've got a bridge of high pressure in the Atlantic and a trough of low pressure coming into the north of the UK. At the same time, I've got a trough sitting across many parts of Europe, actually, although there is a blocking area of high pressure in the far north. Upper air temperatures get progressively colder the further north you go, and actually down across much of southern Europe, the upper air temperatures aren't much to get excited about. Just really down into Spain and Portugal that we find things a little bit warmer, but we come into Scandinavia and Nordic regions, and we have got some very cold upper air temperatures up there, bitterly cold, across the far north of Sweden, and also into northern parts of Finland as well. Precipitation-wise, we've got showers through the central and eastern regions, also merging into longer spells of rain as well. There's more wet weather coming southwards in towards the UK and Ireland. Western France down to Spain and Portugal. Got a bit of dry weather through there, though there's showers through the central part of the bed over towards Italy. And as I say, running up the eastern side of Europe, plenty of showers through there as well. Mainly dry across much of Scandinavia and Nordic regions and northern Europe, but a little bit of rain, possibly with wind chills mixed in across southern parts of Sweden. Temperatures looking cold in the far north, bitterly cold across the far north of Norway and also Sweden and Finland and northwestern Russia as well. And elsewhere, pretty cool really with those upper air temperatures, cooler with those surface temperatures, I should say, cooler than you would expect for this time of year. You have to come down to southern parts of Spain and Portugal to find anything particularly warm. Tomorrow, Friday, we'll see high pressure again sitting out to the west of the UK and Ireland. That continues to draw the wind in from a northerly direction across many parts of Europe. Another area of low pressure here across northern Germany and extending up toward the Baltic Sea states of Latvia, Estonia, Lithuania and the far west of Russia as well. Blocking area of high pressure, trying to push its way southwards into northern parts of Scandinavia. Bit of a ridge down across the southwestern corner of Europe. Upper air temperatures again look really cold across the north and also coming down into western parts of Europe as well. Pretty cool, the upper air temperatures really for Germany, Poland, Ukraine, and from the south of that, not anything to get excited about until we get to Spain and Portugal, and there we do see some much warmer upper air temperatures through there. But overall, again, quite a cool scene in many areas. So we've got some really wet weather here across parts of Germany tomorrow, also clearing the Low Countries, Belgium, Holland, Netherlands, and starting to push towards Poland as well. More wet weather to the east of the Baltic Sea states, Latvia, Estonia, Lithuania. Largely dry but across large portions of Scandinavia and Nordic regions. Some very heavy showers and thunderstorms through parts of Greece and also into far south of Italy. One or two showers breaking out through southern parts of Spain and Portugal, but the central and western part of Med looking quite a lot drier tomorrow. And temperatures, again, the real warmth is down across southern Spain and Portugal. Otherwise, it's quite a cool scene and gets very cold when we get up into the Scandinavian peninsula once again. Excuse me, everybody. That takes us through to Saturday. Again, we've got a ridge of high pressure building in across the north and west of Europe as that trough of low pressure and the cool temperatures, of course, with the northerly winds gradually getting shunted a little bit further eastward into central and eastern parts of Europe. But the upper air temperatures looking cold in many areas. I mean, we've got minus 5 Celsius iceberg as far south as France, into toward the Low Countries as well. Colder than that, further north, by 10 Celsius iceberg sitting across eastern parts of Sweden, and minus 15 Celsius iceberg in the northeast of Finland. So generally, it's a cold scene in many areas. Again, Spain, Portugal managing to hold on some heat through there, but most areas looking pretty cold again, or cool certainly on Saturday. But showers and long spells of rain gradually getting pushed further eastwards with that trough of low pressure, things drying out across western parts of Europe, about some heavy showers of thunderstorms possible through North Africa and into southern parts of Spain and Portugal. But generally, the west of Europe is drier, as is the far north of Europe, although there could be some snow in northern parts of Finland and into northwest of Russia. But it's really through from Germany, Poland eastwards that we find most of the showers again, and down into Italy as well, particularly mountainous areas. And most storms from Greece gradually working their way northwards in towards Turkey and toward the Black Sea as well. Temperature-wise, it's looking pretty cold, especially across northern and also western and central parts of Europe. The east may be seeing a little bit of a warm-up, but still probably below average through there. And again, Spain and Portugal managing to hold on to the warmth there. The high pressure gradually starts moving further northwards as we go through it into Saturday, starting to become a Scandinavian high. That begins to pull in more of an easterly wind across central, northern and also western parts of Europe. Upper air temperatures are still looking cool to cold in many central, western and northern regions. A little bit warmer in the far east and southeast of Europe, and the real warmth down towards Spain and Portugal once again. And as far as precipitation goes, so more heavy showers through eastern parts of France, into towards Germany and the Low Countries. Around the Balkans and the Adriatic, we also see the risk of some very wet weather pushing through there. Going northwards in towards Ukraine, Belarus, we could see some wet weather there, but to the north of that, mainly dry, albeit really quite cold. And as far as temperatures go, well, again, we see that much of northern Europe is sitting under usually cold air for the time of the year, and it's pretty cool in many areas. Well, Ireland managing to see a little bit of a warm up there, but the UK, especially eastern regions, staying quite chilly with that freshening easy wind. And then southern Europe again, the temperature doesn't get excited about until we get to southern Spain, Portugal, and there we have got temperature as well into 20 Celsius. Monday, we'll see high pressure again dominating in the Atlantic and to the north of Europe as well. That's pulling in east-northeast wind across many central and western regions once more on Monday. So the upper air temperatures are still looking cool to cold in many places. Again, we do have some heat gathering across North Africa, just trying to push northwards a little bit in towards Greece and southern parts of Spain, Portugal, holding on to warmth, though northern Spain starting to see some of that cool air beginning to filter in. And there's further showers and thunderstorms likely across parts of Spain and up into France. Wet weather across the Baltic Sea states, moving northwards in towards some parts of Finland. Could be some snow mixed in with that, of course. Otherwise, quite a bit of dry weather, especially across the southeastern portion of Europe. And again, to the north and west, quite a bit of dry weather on Monday. Remaining cool to cold in many central, northern, western regions. It's as far as the bar south, southeast and southwest, so it have got some warmth. But again, notice northern Spain beginning to show a little bit of a cool down. Tuesday, again, high pressures out in the Atlantic. Winds are coming in from a north or northeasterly direction across many parts of Europe. So again, the upper air temperatures remain cool to cold in most places. Warm up taking place into Greece, starting to see some heat pushing northwards there towards Greece and Turkey. Same time, both Spain and Portugal starting to show a cool down. And there's further heavy showers or longer spells of rain through parts of northern Spain and into some parts of France as well. That's as that cool air starts to displace the warmer air that's been sitting over Spain and Portugal, of course. Eastern parts of Europe mainly dry there. Going northwards, we find some wet weather again through the Baltic Sea states, Latvia, Estonia, Lithuania. Could be snow mixed in with that, of course, and some snow pushing northwards up into Finland as well. Cool to cold across central, northwest parts of Europe, warmer in this eastern and southeastern region. Wednesday, again, the blocking area of high pressures out in the Atlantic, trough of low pressure sitting across central parts of Europe as well, and northwest Europe pulling down that northeasterly flow once more. The upper air temperatures there remain cool to cold, stubbornly below average across the north and the west of Europe. Again, on the eastern side of this trough of low pressure sitting across southern Germany, we are pulling up some warmer air into that southeastern portion of Europe. Increasingly unsettled up through the Mediterranean as we get this clash of air masses. So heavy showers, longer spells of rain and thunderstorms through North Africa in towards the central bowl of the Med, affecting Corsica, Sardinia. Some very wet weather possible in southern France around the Côte d'Azur and also over the Alpine regions. More heavy showers and longer spells of rain in the southeast could again remain could be quite wet. For example, Moldova as well. Going further northwards, well, we could have some snow across parts of Scandinavia, under about cold air, and a wintry mix maybe into Denmark, northern parts of Germany, for example. Temperatures are warmest in the east and southeast of Europe, but again, most parts of central, northern, or certainly most parts of northern and western Europe looking quite cool or cold again on Wednesday. And then that takes us through to Thursday next week. Once more, we see the trough of low pressure sitting across Germany and Poland, marking the boundary between some warmer air to the south and the east and colder air to the north and the west. The upper air temperatures continue to look cold across the north and west of Europe, or certainly below average anyway. Spain nowhere near as warm as it is right now, or Portugal. The warmth coming northwards through Greece into Turkey and trying to get into the Balkans as well, but not quite making it up to Thursday anyway. So very wet weather getting going here across eastern parts of Europe later next week. Again, marking the boundary between the cooler and colder air out to the northwest and the warmer air to the east and the southeast. So some parts of Italy, for example, southern Italy, over the Adriatic towards the Balkans, going northwards up towards Poland, maybe some really wet weather through there. And again, that pushes further north into the cold air, becomes some snow on the far northern edge. Showers along with spells of rain out across western parts of Europe. Could be a little winter that's mixed in through parts of Denmark, for example. And then up into the Scandinavian peninsula, there we see a lot of dry weather, albeit it will continue to be quite cold. The temperature looks cold across northern parts of Europe, but warmth is again across these eastern regions. I'll just run you out to day 10. So that's a setup for next Friday. High pressure blocking still to the north. A trough of low pressure sitting across central and western parts of Europe, continuing to keep the unsettled weather going. And gradually, as we go through the final weekend of April, that trough of low pressure begins to ease further southwards as a blocking area of high pressure continues to sit to the north. The warmth will be across eastern parts of Europe with the southerly winds, and the cool or cold temperatures will be out across western portions of Europe. So it's a delayed spring, really, that we're seeing at the moment for northern and western Europe. But we'll get there in the end. We'll get some proper spring weather eventually, but at the moment, temperature continues to look pretty subdued. Right, well, if you enjoyed this European Outlook, please do like, share, and subscribe. Thanks so much everyone for doing that. Do it all over again next Thursday. We're back a little bit later on. We attend a 14 day. That will include all of the regular features, so come back to that a little bit later. But for European Outlook this week, that's all for now. And thanks for watching.